And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And yo, Joe, San Diego Comic-Con is here, and we have just had, in a matter of maybe an hour ago, a G.I Joe panel with lots of reveals, more figures, pre-orders, and even some more vehicles. So we're going to get into all of that. This is a straight up live recap of everything Joe related classified from San Diego Comic-Con. All right, so we're going to recap the exclusives, talk about what they've shown on the sort of convention floor, and then try our best to go through the panel that just happened a matter of hours ago. So we're still all learning tidbits ourselves. Shout out MCU Collector, who streamed the whole thing so people like us in the UK could actually feel like we were there and not miss out on all of the good reveals. So I haven't even seen pictures of whatever they've shown on the convention floor yet. So as I said, very much freestyling this, but we thought let's do it live right now. Everyone's on a San Diego hype. So I've got a couple of guests. Not only we got the regular co-hosts, we got an extra, a face you may recognise. Let me bring them all in. It is, of course, Mark Tac Tac, Tom Mini Plastic Multiverse, and Jay of Jay's Toy Collection UK. Gentlemen, how we doing? Let me go around the board. Tom, how are you?
Very good, thanks, Dan. Good. I'm very tired.
Yeah, we'll do our best. There's a lot of stuff to go through, but we'll do our best. Just put your nightcap on when you're ready to go to bed, and we'll know then. There you go. Mark, how you doing?
I'm good, Dan. Good, happy to be here and excited for SDCC.
Yeah, loads of stuff. We just talk. We're doing a whole show now just on Joe's, but there's been so much stuff. It is ridiculous. Me and Jay tried to talk about it earlier on over on his channel, and we just ran out of time. Jay, how you doing?
Hello, it's like deja vu. I'm sure I've seen you somewhere else this evening already.
Did you manage to make dinner though? Yeah.
I did. I had some quick bit of stuffed pasta. Tried to watch the panel, and now I'm back with you again. You can't get rid of me this evening.
I was also frying chicken with my iPad and my AirPods in. Teddy was barking his head off, so I've literally had to open the curtains downstairs so Ted can stare at the pitch black, just so he's not disturbing us now. So let's get into this. There's lots of Joe news, right? But because this is the first stream we've done since the HasLab has finished, I just want to really quick bounce over to Pulse to see the final number of the Dragonfly. Of course it funded. I think all of us predicted it would fund and go through all the stretch goals. People start worrying about a week before, don't they? And they're like, oh, it hasn't unlocked the second one. And you're like, there's always a freaking spurge because people panic that the money is going to get taken. So people are intending to back it, sometimes wait until the very last day. And that's exactly what we've seen here, because within the space of maybe 5 days, it went up by about 10,000. It finished on 24,764 backers. It smashed through all of the unlocks. The unlocks were down here. Good old Glenda, which obviously was foreshadowing the Retro Scarlet, which has now been confirmed at San Diego. Thank you very much, but we're going to get Glenda. Then we also got Crazy Legs as the third unlock as well. So Crazy Legs, Glenda, Ripcord, and Wild Bill are all the unlocks. We got everything, so 4 figures and a massive Dragonfly, and they're showing the Dragonfly off at San Diego, and it looks mahoosive. Like, I genuinely don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but I've got one backed. I'm excited for it. Tom, I know you got one as well. Happy that the campaign ended with everything unlocked. Did you ever doubt it for a second?
No, I didn't. I thought it would definitely unlock everything, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. But other than that,
don't regret your decision. Don't regret? No.
Do I regret my decision?
No. Yeah.
Maybe after some of the reveals today.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Now, Mark, I know you are holding out on this one.
Sure was.
But is it something that you may try and track down in the future, maybe?
Well, Dan. Well, yeah. I mean, possibly. I don't know. It's definitely great. It's not. It's just for me. What it was this year. I had a budget, and it was either grunts or a helicopter, and I went for grunts. So maybe I can stick a propeller hat on one of the grunts.
You're the army building king, my friend. I wouldn't expect anything less from you. Do you even have the space? I don't have the space for this. I'm going to have to find space for this.
I might do. I mean, I might do because I've made kind of a whole shelving unit of Joe's. So I might have the space, but technically it doesn't matter because I haven't got one. So
now you can have your grunt sort of conga line on the shelf. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Plenty of. And Jay, did you go in for this?
Well, technically I didn't, but there is one coming, so I might have to borrow one from Cheeky Monkey Kiara, who ended up having to back the HasLab because this idiot bought too many other toys.
How good is that if your missus, though? That your missus, to make sure you didn't miss out on the HasLab, backed the HasLab on your behalf. I hope she holds it hostage when it arrives and you see everyone else online get really excited opening it up, and then she's like, no, I don't think you need to behave, and you just end up being in a maid outfit going around the house cleaning or something just to get your bloody HasLab. It'll be funny to see what happens when it comes, but I'm gonna message Keith Mukiara, say keep it hostage. You got space for this? You've probably already created a shelf.
Yes, I have. I know exactly where it's going. I do have space. I need to buy a shelf to put in there, but it's gonna. G.I Joe's been fully moved, ready to go. It's gonna stand above the wrestling ring, down into G.I Joe, 35 inches, not a problem.
About a month ago, Jay said that he was just going to go for the 3 3/4 scale vehicles for his Joes. Like, don't listen to anything Jay says, all right? Don't listen to anything he says.
No.
Hello to the chat, by the way. I can't put it up on screen, but I do see yous. I appreciate yous. Thank you very much for joining us here. Again, we're just excited like you guys to talk about all these reveals from San Diego. So we're just going to go straight in. And again, this is our first Joes+Juice since then. So we haven't had a chance to talk about the exclusive. It is, of course, this guy, Chuckles. So Chuckles is going to be the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive. Hasbro PulseCon has now officially got a date. It is the 22nd of September. If you are at San Diego Comic-Con, you can get a QR code and pre-order this guy right now. If you're in the UK, In Demand Toys actually put a pre-order of this for import stock, and I managed to get a pre-order in there. Hefty price, though. Hefty price, not going to lie, not going to justify it by any means. I'm just an idiot when it comes to panicking about exclusives. If you've watched this channel, you know that already. So Chuckles looks really nice. The character I think we've all wanted. In multiple heads, hands, weapons, accessories, really nice packaging. Let's see what these guys think. Mark, are you in on Chuckles?
Well, I haven't gone in Demand Toys yet. If he comes on Pulse, it might be one I'd pick up. What I like, Dan, it obviously comes pack load with accessories there. Plenty we can talk about. If you look at one of the accessories, it's a Transformers. There's a Transformers Easter egg, and that is, I think, Sound Blaster he's called. Like, yes, right down there. So that's a nice little touch. Nice that they add in sort of a Transformers, Easter egg in Classified, because obviously we've had it in the smaller scale with the vehicles. So that's quite cool.
Isn't Ravage the tape that's in Soundwave? So
yes, that's true. Ravage is the tape.
So wouldn't that be Ravage rather than Soundwave? Because here's the tape that goes in.
I think it's called Sound Blaster, I think.
Okay.
In the Headmaster's cartoon, Soundwave gets killed and then he gets rebuilt as Sound Blaster.
Okay.
There you go.
It's cool. I do like little Easter eggs like that. Of course, he's got his briefcase. I like his knuckle dusters hands as well. I'll flick through some pictures as we go to Tom. Tom, Chuckles, are you in? Obviously, I know I'm not talking about in demand. It will go on Pulse eventually, but we don't know what the UK price point is going to be officially on Pulse. But let's say it's a reasonable price point. Is it a character you want to add to your shelf?
100%. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I did bulk at the price on In Demand, but as Jay will testify, I bulked to the price of Evil Ryu. So if it hung along long enough on In Demand, I probably would have gone in on it. But I just froze for too long and it was gone.
Yeah.
So I have to be on Pulse.
Yeah, no. For the record, I pre-ordered, right, and didn't even look at the price. I know that's pathetic, but I just panicked. I was like, "Oh, it's on Pulse. It's on In Demand. Sorry, pre-order." And because I knew it would sell out, which it did, and it wasn't until you nudged me and went, "That was 50 quid," and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, that was." What an idiot. Because you'd expect it to be at maybe the Mindbender price point, £35. Again, probably a bit too much for one figure, even with accessories, but they do that with the exclusive figures. So there he is. Jay, you in on Chuckles?
I will be in on Chuckles because when the missus saw that it was Chuckles and called Chuckles, she just couldn't stop chuckling. Generally couldn't. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to get this now because she just found it so funny. The only thing I don't like, the neck joint looks a little bit weird. The way the neck connects, it looks like a bit gappy. It looks alright in that image actually. Yeah, the cut on the other images looks a bit sort of deep, but
it gives you that extra articulate. You get the neck pivot, the neck joint, and the head as well. I think so. Yeah, I see what you're saying though. I see what you're saying. It's a bit. Does stand out depending on how you've got imposed. But
I like his shirt.
Yeah.
The very fancy shirt he's wearing there. Again, I say I will be waiting for Pulse though, but I am still waiting for last year's Mindbender from Pulse. So if it goes under that distribution pattern, I might be waiting another year for this fella.
And that's another reason I panicked and just went to In Demand, because Pulse Mindbender is due on UK Pulse the 31st of July this year, which is crazy, like a year later, which is insane.
That's my premium membership, baby. It's getting me all that exclusive access.
That was worth it. It was worth it. So there we go, Chuckles. And again, that was revealed before the con, and it will be up. You can pre-order it from the convention, but obviously all of us are in the UK. We're nowhere near it, so no QR codes for us. It's probably not on Pulse UK, even if we did have a QR code. So that's that. So I'm literally, as I said, doing this live here. So I'm trying to go through some reveals in some sort of relative order to how they were shown off at the convention. So the next one I'm going to go to was something they shown off at a breakfast. I believe it was on the Thursday morning. Hasbro had a breakfast where they showed off the Hiss tank, but they also showed off like an army builder pack to accompany, to complement your Hiss tank, and they're called the Hiss Fire Team 788. Of course, that's the number of the Hiss tank. Here they are, big pack full of these figures. So you get one of 3 characters. Where's the back of the box? It tells you who they are, unless you want to know it off the top of your head. It is the Hiss Officer, the Hiss Range Viper, and the Hiss Infantry. So obviously 3 character designs we've already had, but now they've got the Hiss themed colours. I like this. I'm definitely in for one to go along with my Hiss tank. I'd never liked the price points of these 3 packs. So that last one, especially considering that last Viper one went on deep discount here in the UK. So I'm a little bit hesitant, but again, I'm a sucker because it's on theme with the Hiss tank. Tom, are you in on this? Do you like it?
I love all the army builders, don't get me wrong, but I have serious army building fatigue. This is a great figure.
The Viper.
So it will be brilliant because the other 2 are great figures, but I'm going to pass.
Yeah, that one has just arrived in the UK, but now we're getting a repaint already for the Hiss Fire Squad, and then we got the Officer and the Infantry. So yeah, if you want to just build out a team to match the figures you're getting in your Hiss tank, this is the way to do it. And like Tom said, they look great, but I completely sympathise. Army Builder fatigue. I tell you one man who doesn't get Army Builder fatigue. It's Mark Tat. Mark Tat, what do you think of this 3-pack?
Well, I do like it, but on this occasion, I don't know if it's fatigue, but I may just play the waiting game. Whether it sells out on Pulse or not, maybe.
Because you've got a Hiss coming,
maybe
right?
In Demand might get them. I don't know, but I know it's Pulse exclusive. Maybe In Demand might get them, but the colours are really cool, aren't they? The uniform colours on this 3-pack are really cool. They look really striking. The red and black combos. But yeah, I may play the waiting game.
You have got a Hiss tank coming, right? You have, right?
Yes,
Yes, of course. So these are just building the hype, whetting the appetite for the Hiss tank. Now they did show off the Hiss tank as well, that thingy, and I'll show some pictures in a second. And we also have a potential time frame for shipping, which is sooner rather than later as well. Jay, you have a Hiss tank on the way?
I do have a Hiss tank on the way. Room has already been made. Don't panic.
Will you be adding this Fire Squad for your Hiss tank display?
Well, not just yet. I might see it might be a wait for the sale drop potentially on this one. What did make me laugh is I got the Range Viper in. And I was talking to Christopher Allen, I think, in the comments, and I said, "Oh, I'm sure they'll repaint this guy." And literally within 24 hours, we had an announced repaint. So I must have some form of prediction skills. But it does look good in all colours, doesn't he? He's really, the Range Viper is a great looking figure. I think one of the best so far in Pulse. But again, it's just a price point on these 3-packs, and as we know, we had the big sale on the previous one, so I'm not going to jump in just yet on this.
I was going to ask you for this week's lottery numbers, but then I realised predicting a repaint army builder in the G.I Joe line, you may not be Mystic Meg, so never mind. but you're not wrong. So there we go. So there's the pack again. I've got 2 of his tanks on the way, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one yet. Maybe we're going to see what the aftermarket price is, maybe. And that might have to fund many other things we've seen at San Diego. But let me bounce back out of this and go to the the Hiss tank. They've shown it off in person, but we also got to look at the packaging, etc. So here it is. His tank on the way. So the shipping date for this is October. Now, if the UK are lucky again, like we got Galactus maybe a week or so earlier than US. Remember, UK's a lot smaller. So when they arrive in the UK, there's less distance for these things to be distributed about. There's one Hasbro hub, and then they get distributed from that one Hasbro hub. So it's just quicker. The UK's tiny. It's the size of a state in America. America has 50 bloody states, so it takes a long time. It has to go through a network of stations before it reaches your home. So we may, lads, I don't want to curse us now, but we may end up getting this a little bit earlier in October, but time will tell. What do you think of the final presentation, shall we say? Now we've seen all the pictures. They did say that Cobra Commander's on a retro card, but I don't think I've seen a picture of a retro card, unless I'm missing something. Anyone seen a picture of a retro card? But
They definitely.
they 100% said that, didn't they? But there's no image of the retro
Indeed,
card.
yeah.
But you've got your decal sheet. I really like how the decal sheet, by the way, has all the different numbers on, so you can change the number of your his tank. So now I'm thinking, oh, what number should I have my his tank? But here we go, everything. So again, all of us here have a his tank on the way. I'll try and find the pictures from the showroom floor because it looked pretty impressive. But what do you think of the final presentation, Mark? You excited now?
Yeah, the packaging looks is the icing on the cake, isn't it, Dan? Those lovely red and black colours. Yeah, that looks really, really good. I mean, excited to get it. Iconic vehicle, presented really well. Can't wait to get it.
Yeah, this is going to make me rearrange the whole Joe shelf I've just made. That's what's going to happen here. Tom, you've made some space on the shelf for this too?
I've got room on the shelf, but like you, I'm going to have to do a complete reorganise to fit it in. I just want to know when they're going to announce... Jesus, the figure's falling over. I just want to know when they're going to announce the Cobra Commander without the Mickey Mouse thing.
Oh, as in the classic
that is
one,
on the retro card. I'm going to have to sit there and taunt myself with opening it or selling it, or I just want the other ones coming.
What'd you say, Mark? PulseCon, maybe?
I think PulseCon, yeah. There was an image in the PulseCon artwork that showed Cobra Commander, so I think PulseCon might prediction, a bit of a guess. Well, but I think PulseCon might be when they showed the Cobra Commander.
Our good friend AliExpress has the light blue Cobra officer for about 15 quid right now, and the legit one is going on eBay for about 200 quid. So if you don't care about using AliExpress, and you can get a light blue one there, but it's not the classic look that Tom's alluding to here. Let me I'll go to Jay while I try and find some pictures of the actual his tank. So Jay, now you've seen the final presentation, you excited for this?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. As I said, I do like to pre-prepare my space, so got room for it. Not my original plan there, because I was going to use the thing nobody seemed to care about, the classic canopy that I actually did like.
Oh, the retro,
put it with
the
retro canopy, and put it with the Super 7 Ultimates. But then, obviously, of course, the Saga, they didn't paint Wave 2. They went out the door, and the little 3 3/4 inch retro ones came in. So this will now finally be going where it was first intended, I suppose, with the G.I Joe classified figures. But they won't be having any decal sheets on from me. I'm one of those. I don't use the decals because I think potentially they'll peel off and irritate me at some point, so they can stay in the box.
Well, maybe when we get the his tank, it doesn't have the numbers on at all. That's where you get the decal sheet. So you're going to have to put numbers on yourself anyway. Have they said that?
I could have it. I don't know. Is this? Look at your eye. Can we focus in?
Well, why would they give us a decal sheet if we can't even have a place to put the numbers on? Do you know what I'm saying, right? If it comes with the number 788 on it, and they give us a decal sheet, then how do we get rid of the numbers that are on it? So maybe we get blank. Maybe we get it blank, and we have to put the 788 on it if we want it either. Anyone in the chat know? Anyone in the chat? They said
788 doesn't look like a decal. From what
exactly my point.
It doesn't, does it? It does look like it's part of the
Exactly my point. So, like, why would you put a different number on the other side? They give you like 3 rows of numbers. Again, these are like stupid details, but I'm just curious. Again, just showing off the his tank that they showed off in So this is a production sample. This is from the factory. This is the one that we're all going to get. Does look very, very nice. Excited for it. There's the exclusive and also the Army Builder set to go along with it. It is a nice accompanying piece. I do like things in theme. So there is that. So very nice. Right. Let me go back out now. We haven't even got to the panel yet, people. We haven't even got to the panel. I'm going to go back. So I'm using histank.com as well. So shout out histank.com. I'm using all their resources. Again, we're in the UK. We have no man on the ground. But let's have a look what we got here. So we just go for it. Should we just try and go to the panel and then we'll bamf through some pictures? Okay. So I think hopefully they just do this in order. We're just going to go through the panel, all right? And we'll just comment as we go through, okay? So here's the panel. Welcome to the panel, everyone. This is a terrible recap of the panel. There's everyone at the panel. Hello, everyone. All right, there you go. We are ready. Thank you very much. Let's go. Right. So what do you expect? Oh, the no hosts. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Right. They name-only reveals. This is a common theme for the Joe team. They give us some name-only reveals. Eventually, we'll see digital renders and we'll see pre-orders, etc., etc. So it's nice to know that these are coming so we don't have to stress about them. So Jinx, Torch, the SMS Retro Viper and the Retro Viper, which is like another gun type thing, isn't it? Retro Duke and Retro Scarlet. So just on those name-only reveals real quick, anything that stand out to you? For me, very happy to see the retro character designs announced. Are they going to be on retro cards? Is plastic packaging back? I hope so, Rich M. I never doubted it for a second. Mark, are you happy with these name-only reveals? Anything stand out?
Yeah, well, I'd heard a rumour, Dan, about Retro Duke and Retro Scarlet, so it's nice to see them after hearing that rumour. They did say, the panel did say about regarding Jinx, that apparently Lenny has, when designing her, he's made her look really similar to the G.I Joe 1987 movie version of her. So, and that got a big cheer from the audience. So that seemed like quite a popular thing. Yeah, I mean, always down for more figures. So let's see what they look like. I think we may probably see them, I guess, at PulseCon, I imagine. But yeah, excited.
Yeah, Tom, same question to you. Anything stand out from these name-only reveals?
Definitely the Retro Duke and Scarlet. They're going to go front and centre of the shelf once we get them in hand. So it's gonna lift the whole Joe shelf, I think.
Completely.
So the sooner we get those, the better.
Completely agree.
And I hope Duke comes with another jetpack.
Front row and centre. Again, I know it makes no sense on a tactical battlefield wearing a yellowish swimsuit type looking thing, but it's classic, it's iconic, it's our mind's eye. We need it. Jay, you happy with these? Did you get any of the previous retros?
Yes, I've got a couple. I've got Destro and Baroness, I think, from the previous retros. But yeah, these two retros, Duke and Scarlet, are the ones that excited me. I think because Duke comes out in Wave 1, he was a bit too modernized. So he's one of the weaker figures, in my opinion, in G.I Joe. But obviously, he's one of the main characters we could sorely need an update. So retro version is going to be great. And the same with Scarlet. Again, Wave 1, not the best. But as soon as we saw Glenda, we all thought, that could be a nice repaint into classic sort of retro Scarlet, which I'm hoping this is. So two very good reveals there.
Yeah, like Tom said, they are fronters. And because they're on the retro card as well, they're the type of characters that I'd like to keep on the retro card. Like, I didn't need a retro carded like Lady J to keep for any particular reason, but I need a Duke and Baroness to represent the good guys. I think the only two ones I've kept on card are Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, but those two are definitely there as well. And then the Vamp and the Clutch, but there's more about that later because they're sneaky. It wasn't a name only. We may have actually seen something, so let's keep going along. So again, I'm going to go through a couple of these at a time and then see what these guys think. So digital render reveals, we have the Python Patrol Copperhead. We have Python... Oh, that's the same one. Bloody hell. Same one. Python Officer. Cobra Officer for the Python Patrol. So they're continuing the Python Patrol. Then we get Buzzer, looking very nice, more Dreadnought styly. Just the digital render for that one. Lots of accessories. A chainsaw for the first time in the line. And then we get Shockwave, again looking very, very nice. I like the SWAT shield we've got there. And the hat comes off apparently as well. They have small detail, but I like stuff like that. So there's Shockwave. I'm standing here like this, and you can't even see me. I'm like, oh, he's got a riot shield. No one can see me do that. And then Jinx, Helix. Sorry, Jinx is the name only. This is Helix. She's looking very nice. She's more of a modern character, right? I don't think she was around back in the day. She was probably on the 90s era, wasn't it? On the blue card back, or the blue card, and I think. But
might be.
Yeah, I think so. I recognise her, but I know she's not a classic. She looks good though. Nice to add some more females to the Joe team, because we've only got a few. We've only got a couple. Then who else after that? There's one more after that, I think, in regards to the digital renders. It is. They've taken a picture of every bloody accessory. Thank you very much. Hawk, of course. Hawk is the big deal. So Hawk, I think, is one that people wanted. People assumed this may be an unlock for the Dragonfly, as he was on that sort of promo video hyping up the Dragonfly. But Hawk, I think Lenny said they've given him like a World War II sort of grizzled veteran look. He's got a little bit of grey in his hair. He's got his helmet. He's got 2 sets of goggles, one for the helmet, one to fit around the head, a couple of weapons. I love the sort of, what do you call those jackets with big fur around them? I call them Blazing Squad jackets, but no one in the US will get
like
that
bomber
reference.
jacket.
Yeah.
Flying jacket.
Yeah.
I call it Bane's jacket from Dark Knight.
Yeah, Blazing Squad references on the Joes+Juice is ridiculous. Right, let's go. So, all out of order. I know there's a lot there, lads, but again, same question. Out of order these, I'll try and bounce through some pictures as you're talking. But we have the Python Patrol Copperhead, Python Patrol Cobra Officer, Dreadnought Ripper, Buzzer, Shockwave, Helix, and Hawk. What stands out to you? I'll throw it to Tom.
So both the Dreadnoughts, because I think that's the one main area that really needs building out as the Dreadnoughts team. So the more of those guys we can get in now, the better. Shockwave, because I always love a character with a balaclava. I don't know why, but that always appeals to me. So he'll be nice to get. I do like Helix looks cool, but do you know what worries me when I look at Helix is I think the weapons have gone a bit jellyish recently, and swords are the worst if the weapons aren't like nice and stiff. So I just hope they can sort that problem out before she arrives, because it would be a bit gutting to get all those weapons that you can't really sub out with anything else.
I agree.
Easily.
Are those things that attach on her arms? Are they like blades that you put on her arms or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. It's like Wolverine, but with one claw. I get your point with the weapons. It has definitely been something I've noticed with some of the recent classified figures. Is that even out of the box, the weapons are just a bit gummy, a little bit soft. Definitely been a change somewhere within the manufacturing of these classified figures, and it's noticeable because again, you don't want these figures with droopy guns on the shelf. That's no good. And then anything else from this list here, Tom? I'm assuming Hawk.
And Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawk looks amazing.
Yeah.
And he's another, if they do him right, you want him right up the front of the shelf.
I agree. I always feel like he's like really leads the team. He's the general, isn't he? So he's like who Duke really listens to. Like he advises Duke, and then Duke's the man in the front line. Mark, same question to you regarding all these digital render reveals.
Well, I pretty much second what Tom's saying there, Dan. I think Shockwave, I really like Shockwave. Had him as a child, so excited to see him in Classified. Really like the fact he's a SWAT guy who joins the G.I Joe team. Dreadnoughts as well. I sort of knew. I heard a rumor that the Dreadnoughts, Hawk, and Helix were coming in next sort of wave or an upcoming wave for Classified. So excited to see both Buzzer and Ripper. Hawk as well, because like Tom says, it's great to have, and yourself, it's great to have the sort of head of the G.I Joe in figure form. So they're probably the ones I'm most excited for.
Yeah, nice. I think Ripper comes a little bit further in we actually get him in figure form rather than a digital render. So
you might be right. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, both Dreadnoughts to add to the sort of crew. And Jay, same question regarding all the digital renders here. Anything stand out?
Yes, quite a few things in this section. Python Patrol. I'm a massive fan of Python Patrol. I just love the yellow colour. It's just so garish on the shelf. It really stands out, so it makes for quite a colourful collection. So I'll take anything, I think, pretty much in Python. I already thought we had a Python Patrol officer, but clearly we don't. We must have a trooper or something. So, yeah, definitely excited for Python Patrol. And then to reiterate what everybody else has said, with the Dreadnoughts, of course, Buzzer and Ripper, you need it. We've been waiting to build that crew for ages to go with Zartan and Zarana and everything. So hopefully one day we might get a Thunder Machine to put them all in. That could be a potential
great
future thing. So yeah, big fan of Dreadnoughts, big fan of Python Patrol. I've never heard of Helix literally until we've just said. And General Hawk, well, as long as he looks good, as you say, you can't go wrong. An essential character to the Joe team as well. So a pretty strong section, I think, this one. So looking forward to hopefully some decent pre-orders on these to come.
Yeah, like again, this is a very spontaneous Joes+Juice. We're not as prepared as we usually are, but let me try and just quickly use the Google machine to see if I can get a picture of G.I Joe Helix from, I think. So yeah, this is exactly what I thought. I said blue packaging, didn't I? But I was wrong. But let me get an image up for you. So that is how she looked in the 90s. So that's a 90s G.I Joe Rise of Cobra figure. So it's similar in the sort of yellow sort of top with the armor on top. So that's where the inspiration has come from for Agent Helix. So yeah, Rise of Cobra. What? That was 2000s. That wasn't even 90s, was it? It was 2000s.
I think it's the movie. Dan, might be from the movie. You know, I think might be like from the movie line. But yeah.
Either way, I recognised her anyway, and she looked good. And I'm the same, by the way, when it comes to Python Patrol. Like, I didn't think I cared at first, but then as I've sort of built out my Tiger Force and Python Patrol, we've got enough of them to sort of start filling a cube. So, like, now seeing more revealed, it gives me confidence to be like, well, I can leave that, and that can be like an alternative cube, because now I can have... Because I hate having the same character on the same display space twice. Do you know, like, I don't want a variant of Duke on the same row as of Duke, the main Duke. So now if I feel like I can have my Tiger Force Duke on a Tiger Force display, and then I have a main sort of display for my Joe. So I'm not against the idea of more. I didn't expect to see more, but I like you. I like the patterns and the designs. Like I don't know, it's just bright, stands out.
That's exactly what I've done. I've pulled them out into a separate cube, and I've got Tiger Force versus Python Patrol, and they're separate. It's on the top, the lights shine on it, and you get some great. Even Super 7 are going into these with the reaction. Their next wave is they've made some crazy colours, because they've done Destro in things and mad Python Patrol colours. So yeah, they are really fun.
Yeah, I've seen a debate online between which was better, Tiger Force or I think Night Force. Oh no, Tiger.
Yeah, Night Force. Yeah,
because we've just got Big Ben, haven't we? And he's like the first Night Force figure. I think aesthetically I prefer that theme, like the sort of gritty, grounded theme, because even though these are fun, if these were in a real war zone, she'd be like, oh, look, let's shoot that bright yellow helmet. There you go, he's helping us out. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. So
Cophead looks like he's just about to jump on a moped.
Yeah, exactly that. Right, let's keep going through.
Haven't they announced Flint in his Tiger Force? That was shown. That was something...
Yeah, that was from day one.
That's right.
So if I go back to his tank here, and if we just go back a couple of days, we might be able to do that. So if I go back to yesterday, it was one of the sort of sneaky reveals that was actually on the convention floor on preview night, I believe it was. Here it is. So we got... There he is. So that's Python Patrol... Tiger Force, Tiger Force Flint. And we've also got a Python Patrol Ninja, which, I don't know, I don't think I like that pose. Maybe that pose makes it look a little bit weird, but I think that's the female Blue Ninja repainted. So it's like a female ninja. So there's no packaging for this, so we don't know if this is actually a female ninja in a pack with another male ninja, or a 2-pack or a single pack. We don't know, but we know we're going to get a Python Patrol Ninja, and here's a Tiger Force Flint. So again, variant colours, and again, I'm not mad at it, because in my mind, I'm in my attic right now, I'm building a separate display for the Tiger Force and Python Patrol. So, but yeah, these were the two reveals on the convention floor on preview night. So they didn't mention these at all in the panel thinking about it. To be fair, did they? So
no, they didn't. Yeah,
I think there is some picture of the box art somewhere for Flint.
It's been such a busy SDCC. These things can be easily missed. It just suddenly popped in my head. Haven't I seen Flint in this?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I was trying to have a little look for it. There's definitely a box art of the Flint box, but I can't. There he is again. But oh well, never mind. Right, back to the panel. So let's go through these name only digital renders. Sorry. So name only digital renders, and then we started to see some actual physical completed products here. Right. So After Hawk. They took bloody there you go. There's a close look at the head sculpt. Lots of pictures. Thank you very much, Tank. Here is the other Dreadnought Ripper that we mentioned. So that's the second one we've seen today. Buzzer and Ripper. He comes with that big pincing weapon. And here's another one with loads of tattoos. Definitely gonna look good. You've already mentioned him. So go across. There's a closer look. Zoom. Oh, okay, so this 3-pack we sort of knew was coming because they teased it on the packaging of Chuckles, right? It was like you've seen a little image of the twins and Baroness here. So this is a Baroness and Crimson Twins sort of Crimson free pack. Is that what they called it? What do they officially call this?
Crimson Strike Team.
There you go, Crimson Strike Team. So you got the twins and Baroness, and it matches the same red as the Crimson Guards we've already got and whatever else we've already got in red. I do like that, because now you could create another shelf with just your red version of your Cobras. So this is a free pack. They showed off the packaging at the end of the panel, and it's in a briefcase, isn't it? It's in like a briefcase sort of thing. I might be able to just skip back down. I don't want to lose my place though, because there's so many pretty pictures. I don't know if they showed it off. There you go. They were holding it up. There they are. So it's windowless packaging. Of course, it's still plastic free, but they are going back to plastic packaging. They announced that as well. So there they are in the front of the box. And to be fair, again, I know it's packaging and a lot of people just bin it and throw it away, but you have to say bravo for the effort they put into this and try and make it a little bit more appealing. So yeah, Baroness, they come in a free pack. Let me go back up and see what you think of that, because it does come with a few nice accessories, but do you need another Baroness and Crimson Twins in your collection? Northern Nomad, I guarantee you, he says something about a sucker.
Northern Nomad donated $5. We need a sucker tank to go with his tank. Lol, open mouth smile, tears of joy rolling on the floor, laughing cold sweat smile.
Dave, what would a sucker tank even look like? Just add the word sucker to everything. He's got a sucker toaster, sucker kettle. Just walks around his kit. Everything's sucker. Sucker tank to go with the his tank. I dread to think what that even looks like. But I appreciate the super chat, Dave. Thank you very much. Northern Nomad, as always. By the way, I do realise I'm neglecting the chat. I see yous. I appreciate yous. There's just so much bloody stuff and so many pictures. I'm just hoping Streamlabs don't crash on me, all right? So let's go around these guys, see what they think. Let's start with Jay on this one. Jay, do you need some Crimson versions of these three characters in your collection? It's going to be a PulseCon exclusive, so September-y time we'll get our hands on this.
I don't think I do. I think I'm okay. I've got a couple of Baronesses. I'm quite happy with my twins. I did see Super 7 are also doing a sort of red version of the Baroness. Now, is this, like I say, because my gateway into G.I Joe has been the sort of cartoon recently, was this ever in the original line? If it was, then I'll change my mind and I'm in. If it wasn't, I think I'm going to happily pass on by.
I don't want to say it wasn't with confidence, because there were so many figures and repaints and reissues over the years. I don't know, but maybe. Does any of you two know? Anyone in the chat know?
I think Dan and Jay, this is comic inspired. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. What I do know, the Super 7 Red Baroness is a repaint of the original toys, an Indian fun school variant. So Fun School released the G.I Joes in the 1980s in India. So that's like the Super 7 one is inspired by that. I think these are inspired by the comics, IDW comics, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
I'm having a quick Google now, and I don't think there's loads of customs, as you can imagine, from the world. But I think maybe the twins were done in a custom form, done in a Crimson form. Crimson Twins, G.I Joe. Yeah, maybe. I'm finding pictures of them in red, but I don't know if they're reissues or customs, because we had no Joes for so many years. The community would just make customs of all the Joes they wanted. So when you Google stuff, you just see loads of custom pictures. So hopefully someone in the chat can do the research while we're live and check out, were there previously in the Joe line, were these canon to the Joe line, or like Mark said, are they from the comics or the cartoon? Where are they from? But yes, they do come with figure stands, says Kevin. Just notice they come with figure stands. Yes, 3 gold figure stands, gold guns, gold sort of pieces of armor on them. So it's red with gold highlights. Mark, are you in on these?
Well, what I like, Dan, I'll give you a little backstory, what they were saying in the panel, because one thing that the G.I Joe team do well is they build stories around the whole figures, packaging, etc., etc. So what the story is behind this is, in essence, which I really like, Chuckles has found out that the Crimson Twins and Baroness are making their own version of the bats, the Crimson Bats, steals the blueprints, which is part of his SDCC, loadout. He steals the blueprints for the bats to take back to G.I Joe, and where you can see them screaming in that picture, Baroness and the Cobra Twins, Lenny said they're screaming because they realise with Chuckles stealing the blueprints that Cobra are going to find out what they're doing. So in essence, what it is, Crimson Twins are making their own army behind Cobra's back. which Cobra won't be happy about, of Crimson Bats. G.I Joe get hint of it, send Chuckles in to investigate. Chuckles steals the blueprints for the Cobra Crimson Bats, escapes, because that's what the packaging of Chuckles will look like. It shows him sort of evading loads of Crimson Bats in like a hotel in Miami or something like that. So in essence, they've built a kind of whole storyline around the packaging for the Crimson Twins and Baroness and Chuckles, which I really like. So I think that's quite cool. Yeah,
I do like. Again, whether you care or not, you have to admit they put a lot of effort into these type of things and thought behind it. Tom, are you in on these, or are you happy with the ones you got?
The ones I've got on my mind's eye, so I'm probably only good on these. But I mean, I wouldn't mind if they did the twins in their suits, or the Baroness in a nurse costume, or even a bikini. Those are kind of classic.
You dirty pervert. I'd buy them too, though, Tom. You said it, though, not me. You said it, not me. But I'd buy them too.
I was just thinking of what she wore in the cartoon. I wasn't necessarily thinking
she never wore a nurse's outfit. What are you talking about? That's your mind. You've made that up in your mind. No, I'm with you, by the way. I absolutely want some variants. They did it in the... Jay's got some, right? You've got the Baroness in the nurse outfit.
I've got a nurse, Baroness, you got Cobra Commander as your grandmother, Destro as a construction worker, and Nurse Baroness in Super 7 reaction.
Yeah, we're all dirty perfects. We'd all buy it, and so would you in the chat. Don't pretend that you wouldn't. You'd buy the Nurse Baroness. We know you would. We know you would. To be fair, I'd even buy the old woman Cobra as well, to be fair, because that would just be funny. We've got a pimp Destro, so they can give us random variants of the others as well. The Joe line's meant to be a little bit fun. I like that she comes with a second head, by the way, as well. So you think you're avoiding this one, Tom? Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'll skip it.
Okay, interesting.
Partly because there's just so many things coming out, so it's hard to buy everything unless you're just doing one line.
Yeah, I do like the way that with Joe's you can build a collection within the collect. You don't have to buy everything, but if you like the red aesthetic, you can get the red Crimson Bats and the red Crimson Guards. Now you can get this set and just build a red G.I Joe display. But if you don't like the red, you can just ignore all of that and just buy what... Do you know, I like that there's mini collections within the world of Joe's now, and I don't feel like you have to buy everything to build a nice display. You can build little subsections. So whole Crimson display now, and these three can be at the center of it. But it's a free pack, PulseCon exclusive. Right, moving along. They showed off the fire team, which we've already discussed. Again, they mentioned you don't have to have back the HISS tank to be able to buy this. It's going to be a Pulse exclusive. And then a pre-order, which is up for pre-order right now. Jay's just pre-ordered this. He didn't even know what he pre-ordered. I guess we could go to Pulse and have a look for ourselves. But it is Tripwire. So let me have a look here to make sure it hasn't sold out.
Still in stock,
Yeah, the bloody UK are always sneaky. Remember, in the UK, people, just a reminder, in the UK, all G.I. Joes are Pulse exclusives. None of us agree with it. None of us like it. We think Hasbro are greedy bastards and they took this away from the independents that helped get this line off the ground in the UK anyway. But that's a conversation we've had before. But here we have Tripwire. Oh, there we got a nice little 3D roundabout there. He comes with his little rat. The rat's even got a name, but I can't remember what they called it, but the rat's got a name. So another little companion piece. In my head canon, I know you're trying to, do you know we seen earlier with a Transformer? Well, that's actually Master Splinter, right? And he finds some ooze, and then the baby turtles are going to now be displayed with my G.I. Joes. That's sort of where my head's going. Tom, do you like this? Is the type of one I think you'd like, right? Comes with loads of equipment.
I love this.
Yeah, I thought so. What do you think then, Tom? Are you in on 1, 2, 3? This could be an army builder.
Just the one.
Okay.
I mean, you could army build them, but I don't know. Once you go all kitted up, it's what's that movie, The Hurt Locker?
Yep.
Where they're bomb disposal experts. It's like that kind of classic bomb disposal expert costume, and he looks pretty damn cool. So I can't wait for this. And this comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it literally says. Now these might change, because when the Walmart Marvel Legends went up for pre-order, they had dates that were quite close, and then they moved randomly. So we'll keep an eye on this one, but currently it does say the 14th of August, which is, as they said, 2-3 weeks time. But looking at the pictures here, you've got multiple helmets, and they did say in the panel that is so you can buy multiple if you wanted to. Again, you get the unmasked head, because it is a unique character, but then you also get The big helmet with the big visor on, with the like metal, the bomb detector, if you will. And then you also get just the regular helmet with the visor. So there's essentially 3 different looks with just the head sculpt as it is. You can have the armor on, the armor off, and he's also walking around with this little drone to get the bombs and stuff. So it's looking really good. Mark, you in on this?
Well, when I first showed it, Dan, I wasn't like, because again, when we were watching the live streams, the quality wasn't that great in terms of the people there. Some were, but I wasn't initially taken with it. But seeing the pictures here more, I do like it. But as Tom says, I think there's so much coming out. It's probably one that I can probably hold off on. But yeah, it looks great. Looks great, Dan.
So I was texting back the missus. It is a little bit pricier than a regular Joe. It's $34.99, but that is because it comes packed with loads of stuff. So I'm assuming this is in the same sort of arena as Snow Job, where it's like a regular figure packed with loads of accessories. It's at that sort of price point. Jay, so I don't even need to ask you because you said you pre-ordered it before you even went live, just because you were panicking. But do you like it though? Do you want it?
I do, yeah. This was a complete blind pre-order, so I knew at 10 o'clock here in the UK, the Spider-Man animated VHS set was going up for pre-order. Quickly got Luke Cage and Blade as well. Got Pre-Visitor from Star Wars, and I thought, oh, I'm done, that's fine. And I thought, hold on, I better just check G.I Joe. And there it was. I thought, right, I didn't have time to look at it before. I'm going to pre-order it now before it sells out in 20 minutes like it usually does. But yes, I'm quite impressed with it now. I've looked at it. I think he looks like Murphy from RoboCop before he gets shot up with all that body armor on. So I think he's a really cool looking character. So I am quite happy with my pre-order. But that's the panic they get you in now with these Pulse UK exclusives. I'm like, you know, it could sell out any second, but at least you can cancel with Pulse. So I thought if I don't like it, I'll just cancel it. But turns out I do like it, so quite happy with Tripwire.
We've just seen the price point, but the first time I've seen the price point of the 3-pack. That's pretty off-putting, I'm not going to lie. I guess it's the same price of 3 figures, but when you see it, you're still like, ow. £81.99 for the Fire Team. I definitely want one to go with my Hiss Tank, because that display's going to be a centerpiece, sort of, for my Cobra. But, yeah, the price still hurts. But for 3 figures...
The price of 3 figures would be 75 quid.
This is what I'm saying.
That's £6 tax for it. For them selling it in one box. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, like, it's I don't know, it's just annoying when you see that big number, isn't it? You're like, 80 quid, that's pretty high, but I still want it. Oh, let me make sure my screen doesn't go off. Right, let's go back to the panel. Right, so Tripwire, he's a pre-order. We've just seen it. Jay's already pre-ordered it. I will pre-order one. There's the little rat. It's not really Splinter, by the way, but you can pretend it is, like me. There we go, keep going. All right, and then next up they showed the Steel Corps. They're called, right? Steel Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a male and a female in a 2-pack, which is going to be an Amazon fan channel exclusive. But it's not up for us in the UK yet. Like, we've just checked Pulse, and it's not there. So you said Tuesday, right, Mark?
Yeah, apparently Tuesday. She wasn't sure totally, Emily herself, but she said the 24th. So I think that's Tuesday, isn't it? Monday or Tuesday.
I think there are some promo images of this one. So I'm going to go back to... look, a little...
look
at that. Okay, we'll come back to that. Some breaking news for us. All right. Let's go back to these here. So these are what we're talking about now. The Steel Corps Troopers. So we have talked about this on Joes+Juice since the beginning. We like army builders, but we need some for the good guys. Currently, before the Dragonfly came along, the Joes were unmanned. Like, they didn't have enough on the battlefield. There's so many Cobras, so many army builders. So finally, it's not the green shirts, but still, these look very good. The Steel Corps with the jetpacks, obviously, they do look very, very nice. A male and a female too. Really like the blast effect coming out that jetpack there too. So yeah, I'm in on these. I'll go to Mark straight away here, because Mark, I just want to know how many. How many do you want of these, Mark?
Good question. Well, I like them as well. Yeah, I like them as well, Dan. I think I probably am going to get a few. I'll probably pace myself building these, depending on, let's see, the price. But yeah, they look great. I mean, I was initially, before this was revealed, I was building the Grunt. But now I've seen these, and now the availability of these, because I thought it would be a Pulse exclusive, but with it being a bit more available in other places, I probably am going to pick them up and pick up a few. But come back to me with that question on a future Joes+Juice, Dan, and I shall answer with a number.
Well, with Grunt, he does come with an interchangeable head that matches the Steel Corps, and I'm sure you'll be able to put a jetpack on him, and so army building the Grunt, you've already got a head start on army building the Steel Corps sort of team. It's just that he's got more green attire than the blue highlights here, right? So
that's true.
You're one step ahead. Tom, same question to you regarding these. Like, again, you had Army Builders Fatigue, Tom, but these ones have got jetpacks.
Not so much on Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, but yeah, I'll get 2 packs, so that's 4 of them. I'd love more, but it starts to get pricey.
These will bring the shelf to life a little bit, though. I've seen your displays recently, Tom. I like your flight stands off the side and stuff, and it comes to life. And I can imagine you utilising them to effect with these in your Joe display for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, these look very.
And
nice.
I mean, you can distribute the jetpacks to other characters as well.
Exactly. Jay, have you got room for some of these on the shelf?
I'll be a single pack kind of guy. I think I'll just get 1 pack. I'm not a massive army builder because, as Tom said, there are far too many collections, and I seem to collect them all for some reason. So army building doesn't particularly happen. But I'll probably in for 1 set. Quite happy with the steel core. They look pretty fancy. I do like the jetpacks. So if they ever go in a sale, I might get a second. But for full price, I'll be a single pack kind of fella.
Yeah, multiple helmets and stuff. So they're meant for army building, ain't they? They've got different looks, jetpacks, not jetpacks, whatever you want. Very excited for these. I'm like Tom. I need at least 2 sets here. 2 females, 2 guys. My own little steel corpse team on the shelf. A couple in the air with the jetpacks. A couple on the ground. Yeah, they're looking very, very nice. Liking them. Right, back to the panel. So there's them. They got for pre-order, like Mark said, later in the week. To be confirmed. To be confirmed on that. There he is. He brought one out. Apparently, it was a stowaway in Lenny's pocket. So we've got a little close-up there of it. There's the same pictures we were just looking at. Let's keep going. Right, yeah, they said come back to the booth. They showed off all of this. So let me just go right to the bottom here because I think the next big thing is, of course, going to be the vehicle-esque thing. So Super 7 did pop in. We had a run-in from Brian Flynn from Super 7, and he did show off some ultimates. But again, I think none of us are really in on the ultimates in Joe's, right? Anyone got anything to say about the Joe ultimates, apart from Jay sold Wave 2, put him off?
Yeah. Did Brian bring any paint with him to the panel?
Yeah, it was not meant for. But just to let people know, Jay was in on the ultimates for the Joes. Wave 2 came out. Ultimates Wave 2 came out. The paint was not there. The face sculpts were terrible. And that's pulled you out. You're now out again, right, Jay?
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I am out. But these do look good. But I'm definitely out.
He's out. It's Dragon's again. I'm out. I'm afraid. Right, back to classified then, because this is our bread and butter. So they said this was a name only reveal at the start, but they're sneaky bastards because they've shown it off right here at the end. It is the SMS and the Techno Viper. Now, I look forward to seeing some better images of this, but this is the best we've got right now. They said that those sort of, what we call them, rockets, missiles, thank you, are 9 inches long. So they're much bigger than they appear on the digital renders here. So I can imagine that whole setup is much bigger than we think. And they also said it sort of works with the HISS tank as well, where you can attach the rockets to the HISS tank and stuff like this. The Viper looks really nice as well. But again, we've just not got the best picture to zoom in here. But it is the Techno Viper, one I've been wanting. So I'm sure we're going to see that in multiple colours eventually. But it is in the red to join your little red team for your HISS tank. So what do you think of this, lads? Are you in on this, Mark?
I like it, Dan. The first thing it makes me think of is they make some good like recruits to what's his name, Scrap Iron. You know, like the vehicles sort of the same. You could have them sort of one or two of them, or a few of them sort of around Scrap Iron with his rocket launcher. But yeah, looks, you know, another great release. Another great release. Can't fault them. They're all great.
Now it has wheels and a pulley. Now I couldn't hear the audio very well of the panel, but did they say it attaches to the HISS tank? Because I know they said it accompanies the HISS tank. So do they mean attached to the back of it? They must do, right?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? If it's got a pulley, yeah, you'd definitely think so, Dan.
It's got tyres. I'm sure you can lift these up, and then it's got the little attachment there.
Must do.
Chat, confirm for me. Can anyone in the chat confirm? Will this attach to the back of the HISS tank? Did they mention that at all? They did say it was but I thought they were on about the rockets. But looking at that now, you could probably pull it with a HISS tank. Tom, do you want one of these?
Yeah, I think so. I can't really now that you're saying it attaches to the HISS tank, it's making more sense in my head what it is. But even when they were showing it on the stream, I was like, I can't really make out what that is, to be honest. But Those legs must fold down and
Yes.
lift up away from the ground.
Yes, that's what I'm
looks
assuming.
cool.
That's what I'm
I
assuming.
mean, assuming that it's like the same price as other stuff we've got like that, then I'll be,
The chat are confirming for us. Thank you very much, Kevin, Craig, Sean, Task Smith, Captain K, Damien, Prophet, Christopher Adam. Thank you so much. They all confirm, yes. This will attach to the back of the HISS tank, so the HISS tank can carry some more missiles and weaponry. Do you have room for this on your shelf, Jay?
I think I might. So while you've been talking, I've been on the Google machine, and yeah, you can see some very clear images of the original version of this attaching to the HISS tanker. So from these pictures, I was like, what really is this thing I'm actually looking at? Because it almost looks like a 2D thing here. But yeah, this thing will probably definitely attach to the HISS tank, I would think, because they put an attachment thing on the back, didn't they? So if this is going on the back of the HISS tank, this is definitely getting purchased.
All right, let's have a quick Google myself and see what we've got going on here. Okay, so I found a picture of the red HISS tank from back in the day. I'm going to throw it up on screen.
That's what I found as well, yeah.
And that's what we're looking at. Yeah. That's what we're looking at. So it will get pulled by the HISS tank. So it's an accompanying piece. So, yeah, that's great. Especially if you brought more than one HISS tank and you want to add a little bit of variety there. Or, as we've seen, the legs fold out and you can just have it as a standalone piece with some rockets. And I'm sure you can attach the blast effects rockets that we've got from other places. Again, I do love this line that now we're so deep into this line, so many things are interchangeable and attachable, and everyone's display is going to look completely different, so it's really good. So there's the SMS. Does anyone know what SMS stands for? I'm not a military man, so I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I do. SMS is like a text message in my eyes. So anyone in the chat? We've got some military people in the chat. What's SMS?
I believe it's Special Missile System.
I could have guessed that. Bloody hell, I feel like an idiot. Right.
Might be wrong.
Okay, I'm going to say it is. Right, and then they saved for last. Again, they said it was a name-only reveal, but the sneaky bastards were lying to us. We are getting some G.I Joe vehicles to battle on the ground the HISS tank, and it's not going to be a HasLab, people. This is going to be available at retail to purchase, and it's future-proofed so they can retweak and retool and maybe make different variants and versions of this. So otherwise, you're going to get some Tiger Stripes on it, and they're going to make a Tiger Stripe version for Tiger Force down the line, guaranteed. But it is the VAMP, and then we also get Clutch with the VAMP as well, who's obviously an individual character too. So a ground vehicle that seats 2 G.I Joe. So I've actually pulled up some images of what the previous VAMP looked like back in the day. So there's the original packaging, the VAMP, and there's your 3D, thanks to 3D Joes. That's what the VAMP looked like back in the day. It seats 2 characters, and then it's got some missiles or guns on the back. Ground. This is what I've been wanting. This is the Joe line. Was always missing vehicles. Like, that's what brought the line to life back in the day. Now, it's harder at this scale, granted, but we know it's going to look good, and it's going to take up some space on the shelf. But this is the type of thing where we see and we want. So let me throw it back to the image. It looks like it comes with a decent helmet as well for the Steel Corp. So I don't know if I'm making that up.
Yes, I think, Dan. I think that's so you can army build them.
That's what I'm saying. You buy a couple of these and you've got a little Steel Corps army builder. Right, I'm going to go to Tom here because I know Tom has been wanting a ground vehicle for the Joes since we've started Joes+Juice, right? I know we're running out of space, Tom. I know we've hardly got anywhere to put the HISS tank, but there's no way you're not getting a VAMP, right?
No, 100% getting this. And I was like, this was the most, even just the name only reveal, I was like, this has made this stream for me. Oh, yeah, I'm knocking even more stuff over. So in my excitement, yeah, I can't wait to get this. And when I said with the dragonfly would have changed, did I have any regrets about it? The moment I saw this, I was like, yeah. I kind of was like, because as much as I want the dragonfly, I don't know where the hell to put it. I just want the figures.
Under your bed, Tom, with all the other HasLabs.
Yes. Exactly. So I'm kind of like, now I'm just buying it for some future toy room I might have it 10 years' time. But
yeah, the dragonfly is an investment piece at this point. It's not losing value anytime soon, so I wouldn't feel too bad about it. But I knew this would be more up your alley. But this is one of them where, like Mark said, this is potential army builder here. They are gonna. They've already told us we're gonna get a different version of this because they said they've future-proofed it. But we could still buy a couple of these. Like again, it depends on the price point. So I will come back to you for a prediction on that. But how many are you thinking, Tom? How many do you want?
Well, definitely one. I kind of want to know the dimensions because it's then you kind of know how much shelf space you're eating up with each one. But I'm sure you could get some people on the back, some figures on the back.
They did say the gun comes off. Yeah, they said the gun's detachable, so you can have someone on the back. Yes, they have said that.
And you could probably get some hanging off the sides as well.
Oh, absolutely, you can. Just everyone hanging on. I'm going to see how many people I can get on this. Just like clowns in a car or whatever it is. Jay, are you in on the VAMP?
I'm definitely on the VAMP. I do like a little vehicle. Again, I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be too long, hopefully. But yeah, we can't argue with this. This is exactly what you want with G.I Joe. Military green and a little vehicle. So very, very happy about this. I'm a no army building, so just a single for me. I am looking forward to the next round of guess the price point though, so we'll go to Mark and then
okay, let's do that. Let's play a game. I've guessed the price point. Mark, not going over. How much do you reckon the VAMP will be at retail?
Well, I think Dan, I think it's got to be $99.99, isn't it? I think. Yeah.
Popular choice there, $99.99.
What I'm also thinking, Dan, is it'll be interesting to see how, now that they're releasing this vehicle at retail, and presumably it's going to be the first of a few, how it's going to affect future G.I Joe HasLabs, right? Because surely
there's still so many big vehicles, Mark. They're not going to run out of bigger vehicles.
But surely if you've got the option, right, to buy vehicles at retail like this, will the numbers on HasLab still be as high as they were before when there wasn't? That's what I'm wondering, you see.
I guess it depends on the HasLab, I suppose.
Yeah, true. That's true, I suppose, yeah.
But £99.99 is your prediction. Chat, please play along with our game of guess the price point on this one. So far, Sean says, I'm thinking 100 to 125, but I'd be happy closer to 100. Look, I'd be happy with a tenner, but it's not going to happen, is it? Let's go to Tom. Tom, do you reckon Mark's on the money here, or is it higher or lower than £99 and 99p?
You see, well, Joe was saying earlier that it's going to be like, maybe it could be spent to the price, but I feel like because it's got wheels, it's going to have wheel tax.
Wheel tax, that damn wheel tax.
So I'm thinking like more like 120.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah, maybe. It's going to be. It's not obviously not going to be hundreds, is it? That's just stupid. But yeah, I can see it being over 100 myself. Yeah, I reckon maybe closer to 120 there, because you get but I don't know. I like how.
I don't think it'll be more than 120. No, I think that's the absolute ceiling. But
Damien said that looks like me. Maybe I'll grow my hair out a little bit more. Sort of get a buff for your beard, maybe. Jay, what's your price point here? You were excited for this. It seems like you've got it nailed in.
I think I've got a theory. So, £25 they said was a standard figure, 35 a deluxe, and then your pet price was like 45. So I can't remember if they announced like a fourth higher price point, but I'm thinking
the army builders, the free packs would be your fourth.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe a fifth then, because I'm thinking this is Serpental's price. I think this is $79.99. I think this is a counter to Todd McFarlane's Batmobile and '89 Batman for $74.99. It's going to be shorter than the Batmobile. There's no license fee. I think we might be in for a pleasant surprise here, and this will be £80.
£80? I would be very happy with this at £80. Again, happier for a tenner, but that's just not going to happen, is it? Looking in the chat, Ronan saying, is Barbie owned by Mattel or Hasbro? Mattel, there you go. But this is Joes+Juice. It's not Barbies and beer. That's not a show that exists. Christopher Allen's with you, Jay. He's right with you. He says $79.99 as well. Wade also says £80. Prophet says no way it's £80. He's basically told you to fuck off, Jay. It's not 80 quid. You're a liar. Phil asks a question: will Bratz dolls fit in the VAMP? Well, that's a question for another podcast, I'm sure. But the VAMP is coming. We know that that's something that's going to happen, and I guess we will find out soon. Now, Emily did sort of hint that we would see this in physical form during PulseCon, because they said they have a model, but it wasn't ready to show off yet. And then she jumped in and said, well, maybe there's another event. So I'm assuming we're going to see this in its scale at PulseCon. Again, PulseCon is the 22nd of this September.
You know what's going to happen, don't you?
Go on.
Going to be the same scenario as last PulseCon, where we're stressing for an hour and Jay has to buy another Pulse Premium membership just to get this bloody cup. So it'll cost 120, even if it's 80.
When did your Pulse Premium run out, Jay?
I think Tom's right, isn't he? Because I did it was PulseCon.
They're going to get you again, Jay.
They're going to PulseCon was later last year.
Yeah,
so
it was the end of the month. Yeah, you're a week earlier.
I think Dan needs to select the winner here. We've had 80, 100, and 120. So
I don't know what the winner is. Be? I don't know myself.
Well,
I reckon they're all good. Like, I would like it to be the cheaper option at the £80. I just don't see it happening. Hasbro liked to make money, so I don't know. Maybe not. We shall see. I think maybe Mark's the middle ground there, isn't he? 120, 180. I think Mark's the middle ground. So I'll say £99 and 98p. Ha Mark. Yeah, 1 penny, Jack. Shout out Scuffy Nerd, who just subscribed as well. He said the Bobby Valakar will be about 170 to 200. They will need to beat that price, so I say 150. I don't see this being a £200 vehicle. Bobby's vehicle can fit like multiple characters, right? It can fit 4 in the front, it can sit a guy on the back. So this is only 2-seater vehicle. Again, a third maybe if you take out. So it's going to be smaller than Bobby's Valaverse car for sure. So I don't think it's going to be that price point. To be fair, Bobby's priced his car very reasonable from what it seems. But we shall find out what the future holds on this one. Again, maybe PulseCon. So that was the main stuff from the panel. But as we've just seen, gentlemen, there has been some reveals on the shop floor of PulseCon. So let's go straight to these. Now, none of us have seen these yet because we're all here live on YouTube. So let's look at these together, people.
Is that Mutton Junkyard?
It is, yeah.
So, wow.
So there we have Tripwire looking very good with all the armor and stuff on, looking for those bombs. And then there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Really like Mutton Junkyard there. I was terrified of those dogs as a kid. Still would be. Oh, interchangeable head with the tongue out. Wow. That's pretty sick. That's pretty good. Do you reckon, obviously my dog's a Shih Tzu, do you reckon we'll ever get a Shih Tzu companion for the G.I Joe team? No, fair enough. All right, I just thought I'd ask. What is that dog, mate? Breed, sorry. Anyone know?
We've done this before.
None of us are good at this game. Someone in the chat, what's the dog breed of this? All I know, it's a dog.
I'd assume it's a Rottweiler, isn't
it?
Yeah.
No, you're right. It is a Rottweiler. We should know that, but our brains go numb when we're live. When the lights are on, we go numb. Okay, so they're looking good. There's the Steel Corpse as well. Again, looking really good. I love all the blast effects there as well.
I got money in the bank.
Shout out Profit with a super chat. Thank you so much. Let Friday read
Profit
that.
924 donated $9.99. I'll never tell Jay to bugger off. 80 is low with a driver.
I may have embellished what Prophet said about Jay. I may have added some swear words that Prophet didn't actually say. Prophet says, I'd never tell Jay to bugger off. 80 is low with a driver. That's all he's saying. So we shall see. We can all... Look, I'm sure Prophet would like it to be 80 rather than it being more expensive, but we all know what Hasbro are like. All right, let's keep going through these pictures. Again, none of us have seen these. So there's Snowjob. For the record, this is on show at San Diego Comic-Con, but one of the co-hosts of Joes+Juice already has this in their display in hand. Mark Tat, you were saying at the start of the stream you really like this guy, right?
Very good, Danny is, yeah. Comes with loads of accessories. He's got snow boots and skis you can attach to him. If anyone would like to see it in further detail, you can, of course, check out my review if you'd like to on my channel. But really, really good.
Links in the description, of course. Go and find Mark and his review. Again, it came out, I think, Kapow Toys, you said, right, Mark?
Yes, Kapow Toys is where I got mine.
Are you looking forward to the winter now? Just hoping for that first drop of snow?
Well, we're sort of
standing at the window with
your... July, we're there, aren't we? We can pretend we're in winter.
It's freezing.
But I did a little sketch at the beginning of my video of Duke talking to Scarlett saying we need to send someone to the UK, and you've got Snowjob there with his skis and everything ready to go.
Yeah, very, very good. There he is. I want to see the closer look at the Steel Corps. There they are. There's the alternate helmet on with like the blue sort of highlights on the visor. I think I prefer the gold visors overall, but I like the option there. But yeah, the gold visor's there, then the blue one's there. So again, army building options, lots of blast effects. Another look at Snow Job. There's Tripwire, again, up for pre-order right now. There's Master Splinter, closer look. And there's Junkyard and the Rockweiler. I love the interchangeable head, by the way. I love that second head they shown with the tongue out. Really, really good. He's got like a mask as well, like a COVID variant mask.
Oh, yeah.
There's the second head. That is pretty sweet. I like that. And not that Dobermans are sweet. I'm sure they are. Doom Customs! Oh my god. Doom Customs, start doing it.
Donated $50. Yo Joe. Sorry was out. Major accident but recovering.
Oh no!
Face with head bandage.
What happened? Doom Custom says, Yo Joe, sorry was out. Major accident but recovering. Doom Custom, my friend, what happened? Are you okay? Sending nothing but well wishes to you, my friend. Please,
hope you're okay, Doom Customs.
Give us some more details. Give us, if you're comfortable sharing some more details, please. What happened, my friend? That is horrible to hear. I hope you are okay. Send in positive vibes. Major accident. That doesn't sound good, my friend. You're worrying me. But thank you so much for the super chat. You know they are massively appreciated here on Joes+Juice. Thank you so much. Oh no, now I'm worried about doing customs. There's another look at the Tiger Force Flint. So there we go. That looks so good. When's he due? He's now my most anticipated.
Yeah, I think he's my most anticipated as well.
Yeah, he's just jumped up the list. It's crazy how sometimes seeing it in actual physical form can change your mind.
We haven't even had a render reveal.
Well, yeah, so I don't recall seeing a render of Mutton Junkyard. It looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at them. So good. All right, lads, so there's a lot of stuff there. Again, we're recapping the whole of Comic-Con at this point. But the future is bright for the Joe line. We knew as soon as that Heist Tank passed its funding mark with over 20k, we have said on this channel that will give Hasbro the confidence to go all in on this line and just let the team go wild. And the last year has been crazy, and it seems like the future's looking good as well. Vehicles that are not HasLabs, that VAMP is probably the highlight for me in regards to the panel, just like Tom said. But let's go around the board one more time and maybe give your favourite or any highlights from the Comic-Con as a whole. Here. So as I said, I'll say Chuckles, glad to add him, the VAMP, and of course Junkyard and Mutt there, right, just at the end, just as a nice little caveat, cherry on top, if you will. Mark, what about you?
Well, yeah, Dan, like you're saying, quite a few actually. Shockwave, the 2 Dreadnoks, the Steel Core 2-pack, and Tiger Force Flint.
Very nice. And Doom Custom said he fell off a ladder, busted my face and teeth, but almost back to 100%. Oh, so sorry, my friend. I would hate. Did you have to go to the dentist and get some? The dentist freaks me out and still scares me as a grown man. So I had like fillings recently, and I was nervous for that. So I hope you're okay, my friend. Sending nothing but positive vibes. Nearly back to 100% here. So yes, glad to see you back in the chat, my friend. Tom, what about you? Highlights.
Just Mutton Junkyard and the VAMP, I think is enough. That's blowing me away.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Jay?
The announcement of the Retro Duke and Scarlet.
Yeah,
this Mutton Junkyard does look absolutely fantastic, and very excited for Dreadnoks as well.
Yep, Dreadnoks, Ripper in there. So let me just quickly skim through again. There's two. I can't show all the pictures again. It's too much. But I have got a list in front of me of all the reveals today. So pipeline name only reveals. We got Junk. Sorry, not Junk. Sorry, I'm distracted by this beautiful figure in front of me. Jinx, Torch, Retro Duke and Scarlet, which I like Jay said, 2 big ones we've wanted to tick off our list for a while. Like Tom said, they are front row material. In regards to the vehicles, we got the VAMP. That comes with clutch. We got the SMS, which I've learned it's a special missile system, and the Techno Viper. And then for digital renders, we got the Python Patrol Copperhead, Python Patrol Cobra Officer, Dreadnought Ripper, Dreadnought Buzzer, Shockwave, Helix, Hawk. Hawk's another highlight. I forgot about him already. And then we got the Crimson free pack with Baroness and the Twins, the Hiss Tank Fire Team free pack, which is already up for pre-order on Pulse right now, $81.99 in the UK. Tripwire as well, who looks great with Master Splinter at $34.99, and the Steel Corps 2-pack. Woof! I've run out of breath, lads. That is a lot A lot of stuff. Good stuff. Thank you very much to the chat. It's getting late. It is 5 to 12, so we're going to get off here before it hits midnight. But Comic-Con's not over, gentlemen. Comic-Con still has another day, I think, a full another day on Sunday. I'm going to have to come back on stream tomorrow and do some Turtles and Tea. Let me quickly go to my thing. So, of course, go and check out the playlist for Joes+Juice to go and hear me, Tom and Mark, recap all the previous news in the Joe world every Thursday with me and Rich talking about Marvel Legends and everything in between. Legends and Liquor next week is going to be a big one because there's going to be so much stuff to recap. I may ask for people's like top 3 reveals at Comic-Con overall. So that will be Legends of Liquor next Sunday. Hit that channel membership button. And Turtles and Tea will happen tomorrow, right? Me and Tanner are going to be back. I don't know the time yet, but we may need a 6-hour stream for that one because there's been so much bloody turtle news. So, yeah, that's what we're doing tomorrow. But as always, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hit that join button, people, all right? Show some love to the channel. Contribute, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for the super chats. Sending my love to Doom Customs. Sad to not nice, but he said it's nearly back to 100%. Craig was sending some love as well. The chat were giving some favourites as well before we get out of here. Damien said the Dreadnoks and Shockwave, also sending some love to Doom Customs. Mike Hex says all of them are hits. They are all hits. Kevin says, I guess I need some in hand for PulseCon and 1027. Yeah, just think we're only halfway through the year. There's still PulseCon, there's still Toy Fair. We're definitely going to see that vehicle on show at Toy Fair. We have to. Ronan says, not seeing non-HasLab full-size vehicles gave me a lot of confidence in the line. Absolutely. Again, when they make over, just think that Dragonfly at over 20,000 plus backers, that has just gave Hasbro a £7 million interest-free loan. It is ridiculous. I'm so happy we can help this startup company get off the ground with this new G.I Joe toy line. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But you just can't think of it like that. It puts you off. But that type of investment in the line will only give Hasbro confidence to do more vehicles. Trust me. But right, let's go around the board. Mark, where can the good people find you online?
Well, you can thanks, Dan. You can find me at on Instagram, Tac Customs, on YouTube, Tac Tools Your Film, and of course here with Joes+Juice with Tom, yourself, and our lovely guest Jay. But yeah.
You're our next mission, Mark. If Joes+Juice need a mission, it is to get Mark to 1,000 subscribers. Link is in the description to Mark's channel. Go and check out his review for Snow Job. There is probably none. Are there any other reviews on YouTube?
I'm not sure. I think that there might be a few, but I think I'm up there. I hope I'm up there.
Well, I'm just going to say you've got the world exclusive review for Snow Job. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. Small print. Just a small print running across the text there. Tom, where can the people find you online?
At Mini Plastic Multiverse on Instagram. On Threads, so I seem to be bothering about
You're the only ones there now. Everyone's left already.
And here.
Perfect. And Jay, thank you for joining us here on Joes+Juice. So much stuff to talk about for San Diego. Where can the people find you online?
You can find me online on YouTube at Jays_Toy Collection UK. Same on Instagram. And please do go watch my live stream replay. I made the toy debut tonight with Dan himself as the special guest. So it'll probably be hidden somewhere in the live stream tab. I don't know where YouTube puts it, but do check that out as we go through the rest of the stuff from SDCC. And there was a lot. Yeah.
And we didn't even get through a quarter of it, Jay. So you're going to have to save it for the next week with Cheeky Monkey. Did Cheeky Monkey see my little logo, by the way?
She hasn't yet. She's literally just walked through the door now from her night out.
Probably going to hate me now. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much, chat. We're going to jump to our end screen. Mark, do you want to give us a word of the day for our viewers here? VAMP. If you are watching on the replay, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this was a spontaneous recap. Thank you so much for bearing with us, going through all those images. Remember, we are not at San Diego. Thank you very much to His Tank, Toy Arc, and MCU Collector for streaming the panel. We are not there. We couldn't have done this stream without those guys covering it. They are the people on the front line today. All of us were the men in the chair. But click one of these other videos on screen. And if you're watching the replay, write VAMP in the comments, all right? We'll see you on the next one.